Tony D and Little Joan is asleep on the couch, and this is a screenwriter's rant for The Drop, a movie from Hulu, executive produced by the Duplass brothers, about a woman who drops a baby while on vacation, and it ruins the whole vacation for everybody. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I'm not really getting this trailer. I mean, so this is the couple. The woman has dropped the baby, and then they end up in the hospital, and the baby's fine. And then it's about the fallout from that. I guess it's a vacation, and Jillian is her friend, and then this is the mom and her kid, and he's watching porn on his phone on a speaker, and when somebody tries to tell him to shut it off or turn it, put his earbuds in, he says, "We're a sex-positive family." What? Is that a thing? I mean, I guess it's a thing. It's a bizarre thing. I think you gotta turn the sound off on your porn, whoever you are, in a plane. Yeah, that's beyond obnoxious, and not like, it's not realistic enough that I think it would ever happen. I think everybody on the plane would be like, "Dude, turn that off." It would be the same as if you, I don't know, played videos of people being murdered. Like, people would be up in arms, like, "No, I don't want to hear that." But, I mean, I guess I could see how the baby drop could be made funny in the context of a bigger movie, because these two want to have a kid and they're thinking about getting married, and this kind of derails it. And then Jillian's like the best friend, but also makes jokes about the baby drop, and it's just, I don't know what this is. It just seems like too much. It just seems like too much and over the top. And I'm kind of not buying the entire cast. I don't know. Maybe it's just the screenplay. And then this bit is like, what happened? Do people drop babies? Is that a thing, Ma? And she's like, "No, that's just a white person thing." I mean, again, it's kind of racist, but like, you could make that bit work. It seems weird to put it in the trailer. Like, ha ha ha. It seems weird too, because he's in a mixed race couple and his girlfriend's the one who dropped the baby. So it seems kind of, and then he falls on the hammock. I'm really not getting this. It did not land it for me. Written by Sarah Adna Smith and Joshua Leonard. Directed by Sarah Adna Smith. Like, I could see maybe if the setup was something like, I guess these two are having sex on the trip. I don't know. I guess if the setup is something like the couple desperately wants to have a baby and this derails their plans. I don't know. It doesn't feel like any of the I'm just not buying any of the cast. They don't feel like they're friends. They don't feel like they're couples. I feel like everybody here is just sort of, even the kid doesn't feel like somebody's kid. Like, no one here. I'm not buying this cast. They feel too distant from each other. Jillian's got a little charisma that she brings to the screen, but even her, I'm not complete. She feels like she's checked out. People are, and like, I kind of get that to a certain point. Like, there's this idea of like, you're friends with somebody so long, you sort of have almost a contempt for them in certain situations. But like, we don't know these characters, so if that's the case and you establish this in the movie, maybe give us a little bit of that setup in the trailer. Otherwise, I feel like these are just a bunch of obnoxious people who feel pretty separate. Wouldn't matter if they were divorced or together or friends. They just kind of come together and then go their separate ways. That's kind of the way it feels. Doesn't feel like anybody's close to anybody here. Because, like, okay, this is and like here he freaks out and destroys a cake. I don't know why. So, I guess it's just about an awkward vacation after a terrible accident. Is, you know, like I think then the setup should be something like this was their dream vacation. Oh, honey, this is my dream vacation. The Bahamas are the greatest thing ever. And they just wanted to finally start a family. Oh, we're going to conceive on this trip, hon. I know we will. Like that should be the setup. And then the baby. Like even in the trailer, I think you need that setup. Now maybe that's in there. I don't know. That it should be so important to this couple that they're going to have a kid and this just ruins it. And then the movie should be about how they overcome it eventually. It doesn't feel like they're going to overcome it either. Because again, like not buying these people as friends and couples, it feels like they're so disparate that, yeah, this is going to destroy I don't want to hang out with those people. They dropped a baby. Like the bar feels so low for them as opposed to a group of characters that are really friends. They would get through this. I don't feel like these characters are going to get through this. So maybe it's the tone. Yeah, I guess it's just the whole tone of the thing. I guess I got to put that on the director, not so much the cast. Yeah. Look, I mean, that may be true in real life to some extent. But you can't have it be true in a movie, and here's why. The movie's only going to be about 90 minutes to 2 hours long. You have to kind of skim the highlights of people's feelings and reactions and stuff and get them on the screen. Like, movies aren't real life in a lot of ways. But in particular, you take events and you sort of collapse them into the time that you have. Because anything longer than that, it could drag out too long. Anything shorter than that, well, it's not really a movie. It's more like a long TV show. So, this movie is, in my view, failing to strike the balance. I don't feel for any of these characters. They just seem like a bunch of annoying people on vacation. They don't even seem that upset that she dropped the baby. Which, to me, like, if you're going to make this a comedy, it should be big reaction. Like, even after they find out the baby's going to be okay, the marketing is, the unthinkable happens, the unacceptable. They don't seem that all upset about it. Now, I guess the mom punches the girl in the face at some point. That's a little later, but it should be, the biggest joke in this thing is the sex positive kid in the family, which is, I don't know, just obnoxious and not nearly. I mean, the focus of this movie is the drop, so it should be like, these people are pariahs amongst their friends now, and they spend the whole movie trying to dig their way out of the hole. And they go back to the room like, what are we gonna do? I've destroyed us. No, honey, we can fix this. And they try to fix it. And they do everything in their power, and they do these big giant gestures of like, I'm sorry, and let us buy you champagne and food, and that doesn't work because then they try to have the vacation separately, and that doesn't work. But somehow towards the end they eventually, maybe she gets an opportunity to save somebody's life, and that sort of evens it. Or at the end of the movie, like, I don't know, they're zip lining or something, and because of the behavior of the mom of the baby, who, she can't forgive this woman, she ends up doing something that causes the zip line, I don't know, to collapse, and it sends her off into a ravine where she's horribly injured, but she wakes up in traction, but now her friends like her. Like her again, so she's okay with that. She sort of paid a karmic price for dropping the baby, and now even though she's going to have months of recovery, like, it's all okay. Like, I could see that working, but I'm not seeing any of those big things. It's like they're trying to make it realistic. I think realistically, you know, obviously if it was an accident, I think real friends would just go, "Oh wow, don't worry about this. This wasn't your fault. This was a total accident." You know, and then the person who dropped the baby would be mortified and be crying and doing things to try to make up for it, and it'd be like, "No, no, it's fine. The baby's okay. That's all." And then they just get past it. I mean, if the baby's okay, wouldn't you just get past it? You know, to a certain extent. I mean, you might not let the woman hold the baby again. You'd have to blame yourself in part for even handing the baby off. I mean, the baby's your responsibility. Your baby, your responsibility. If you hand it off even to a well-meaning friend and they drop the baby, it's kind of on you too. So, yeah, I feel like this movie it's just striking the wrong tone. But it's called The Drop. Let's see. Oh, they got a synopsis here. Some things you can't take back, like dropping your friend's baby. Now, it sounds funny, but I mean, the trailer just doesn't live up to that, I feel. January 13th. Lex and Manny are a happily married young couple. Oh, so they're married. Running their dream artisanal bakery in Los Angeles. Yeah, that's relatable. And excited about starting a family together. A trip to a tropical island resort for a friend's destination wedding. Annoying. And again, not everybody. You're getting further and further away from like the average Joe, I think. But I mean, I guess there's a lot of people who do the destination thing. But I mean, again, people are broke. Coinciding with Lex's ovulation cycle feels like the perfect opportunity to conceive. I kind of sense that because the male character says, "Oh, I want to have a baby with you," or something like that. They didn't really emphasize that in the trailer. But good vibes and high hopes are cut short when shortly after their arrival, Lex accidentally drops their friend's baby in front of all their friends. Paradise becomes purgatory for our couple as recrimination, passive aggression, and old wounds begin to permeate the island reunion and throw Manny and Lex's future into deep uncertainty. Yeah, I could see how this could work. I'm just not seeing it in this trailer. Like, we should see these people as friends at the beginning of the trailer, and then she drops the baby. And then you can see, oh, what's been lost. You know what I mean? And then you could see the hope that maybe they patch things up. I feel like I didn't see that. Therefore, I don't even believe these people were friends to begin with. So, maybe it's the cut of this trailer. I mean, I normally like stuff that the Duplass brothers produce. And this sounds like, if you just read that synopsis to me, I would have been, oh, I bet that's pretty good. But I'm not seeing it in this trailer. No. Anywho, so January, what was it, 17th? January 13th, if you want to say it. I mean, if I had Hulu, maybe, because it's a Duplass Brothers, but because I don't, I'll give it a pass. I probably wouldn't say it. I definitely wouldn't rent it. If it was for free, maybe. If I heard, oh, no, that was just a bad cut of the trailer. Anyhow, that's it for me. Tony D, Little Joan, Sleep on the Couch. I'll be at Kings Road Brewery Wednesday at 6 to 8. Hope to see you there in Haddonfield, the Haddonfield one. And we'll see you in the next one.